weighs 280 pounds. The velocity with which he plays, the ferocity rather, with which he plays, the way he attacks you, he attacks the basket, you know that he's something special. Assuming durability is not an issue. Every time you look at him, the way he lands sometimes, you get a little bit nervous. But in the end, he's got heart. He ain't scared. He's in attack mode constantly, and he constantly and consistently has you on your heels. You're the Lakers. You're LeBron James. It's a different element there. 40 points is nice. Playing as many games as he has played, the minutes that he has played, really going after that league MVP trophy. That's what people believe anyway. LeBron showed up last night against Zion. For me personally, however, when I think about LeBron and his performance against the Zions and others of the world, all I ask is this: am I going to see that when Kawhi is on the floor against you in another uniform? That's just what I'm asking Jay Williams, who is back with us right now. That's just what I'm asking. You're seeing LeBron. We know what he can do. You saw him last night. What did you take away from that game between the Lakers and the Pelicans?
That he wasn't ready to pass the torch to Zion Williamson, that he wanted to prove that he's still one of the most dominant players in the world. I am worried about the groin injury, though, Stephen A. That's a major concern for a guy who has the workload that LeBron James does. Who else on that team can create other than LeBron James? Anthony Davis special when you give him the ball in special occasions.
That has been an issue with me, Jay, from day one. If you're the Los Angeles Lakers, you're clearly elite when LeBron James has the ball in his hands and you're running your offense. And Vogel, the coach, appears to be very comfortable with that. The second LeBron leaves the game, you've got nobody to run your offense, your pick and roll with Anthony Davis. They didn't address that issue, even in acquiring Markieff Morris. What do you think about them now?
March 2nd, they're going to have a meeting with Dion Waiters. And look,
that ain't going to cut it.
Dion Waiters, his basketball game, if you can reel him in psychologically, that's the biggest test for them. He still gives you a spark off the bench. What else? You have no other options, Stephen A. All the other options are now gone. Reggie Jackson, gone. Darren Collison, not coming back to play.
Beg him.
Gone.
Beg Darren Collison. How about begging?
Yeah, pay him a lot more money. Find some way. Dion Waiters is going to have to be your answer.
Take him out of Melrose. Take him out of Rodeo Drive. Shot for him or something. Do something.
Is he going to be the major difference maker?
I'm just saying you need a guard.
You need somebody.
You need a guard, Jay Williams.
I'm telling y'all, Dion Waiters is the answer. Dion Waiters, I know he had issues in Miami. I know the issues on the plane. If you get him straight-laced,
about that. He's not a point guard.
He might be the answer.
He's not a point guard.
You need somebody to score.
He's not a point guard. Wait, why don't you suit up? Your knees right now.
I got one leg out here. One leg.
That might be better than the option, any other option they have. I'm just saying.
Could be fair.
Appreciate you, Jay. Appreciate you. Big injury news for the 76ers, by the way. Guard Ben Simmons will be reevaluated in 2 weeks as he is dealing with a back injury. This, according to our ultimate insider, the one and only Adrian Wojnarowski. Simmons missed 76ers' first game after the All-Star break last Thursday and played just 5 minutes Saturday night in Milwaukee. This just in, Lakers superstar LeBron James will miss Thursday's game against the Golden State Warriors with the sore groin, the team announced Wednesday. James is coming off a season-high 40 points on Tuesday in the win over the Pelicans, which we just talked about. He's played in 54 of the Lakers' 56 games this season, with one of those games he missed also caused by a groin discomfort. We now welcome in the one and only Woj himself. Let's get right to it. Long-term concerns for LeBron's injury right now with that groin?
No. Remember who you just said they're playing. They're playing the Golden State Warriors. This is a night off for LeBron James. And now with Markieff Morris, you know, you can even give LeBron more time. You have someone to plug in to his spot. But this is, as much as anything, a night off for him.
You reported, let's transition to the Philadelphia 76ers, because obviously I was thinking they were going to come out of the East at the beginning of the season. I know there's no chance in hell that's going to happen if Ben Simmons can't play. You reported yesterday that he's out for at least 2 weeks with that back injury. How is that being addressed?
Well, he's undergoing therapy now, and they think there can be some improvement. It's a nerve impingement, but that 2 weeks is really just a benchmark to then take a look at further down the road about how much time he's going to miss. And I'm told the Sixers are preparing to play without Ben Simmons, that he's going to be out an extended period of time. Now, what that is still unclear, but this is an organization that is preparing to play without him. They're not expecting him back in 2 weeks.
When exactly did this injury occur?
It happened in that Saturday night Milwaukee game. About 8 minutes left in the game on a layup. There was an injury. Now, he had missed that Thursday game prior with a stiff back. This was not related to that, I'm told. It was a new injury that occurred in that game and he went out of the game and is going to be out now for the foreseeable future.
I got to transition to the emergence of Jason Tatum in Boston because this kid looks absolutely special right now. No question about it. I mean, when you think about Jason Tatum and how he's helped the Celtics, what are their plans for him in the future? I can predict it, but I want to hear from the man himself.
Well, he is eligible for his rookie contract extension this summer, and you can expect there's not much of a negotiation that's going to take place anymore. This is a player who, very much, listen, they haven't talked about it yet, but you're looking at it, this is a max player. And what Boston has now, there's no more question among their young core who the guy is. Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward comes in free agency, and Kemba Walker. They know who their guy is going forward. They know who he is the rest of this year in the playoffs. It's Jason Tatum now. He has moved into that superstar realm in the NBA.
I don't want to bring any negative news to L.A., but to Laker fans everywhere, you passed up on Jason Tatum to grab Lonzo Ball, and the Sixers grabbed Markelle Fultz. I just thought I'd remind you.
And gave the Celtics another pick.
And gave the Celtics another pick. Good Lord have mercy. Woj, always appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Tonight at 10:30 on ESPN is in the nation's capital. His head name would happen to be Bradley Beal. He'll look for his third straight 50-point game as the Wizards host the Brooklyn Nets. More on Beal with Michael Wilbon ahead. Of course, Joel Embiid, fresh off a career-high 49 points Monday night against the Atlanta Hawks. He leads the 76ers into Cleveland to take on the Cavs. In Houston, the leading candidate for Rookie of the Year, Ja Morant, and the current 8th seed in the West, the Memphis Grizzlies, take on the Houston Rockets. That's James Harden right there, same arena, different outfit. He's the home team. You could see he's very, very comfortable. He's working on his third straight scoring title, averaging over 35 points per game. Rockets enter tonight just 2.5 games behind Denver.
James versus Ja Morant. Look at me, 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 look at me now.
Ja, Harden, mano y mano.
Harden buries a three over Morant.
Morant lets him know he's in the building.
Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me.
He thinks he's better than James Harden.
This is exciting.
Morant said, don't disrespect my jump shot.
No reason to be afraid of anybody. That's just my mentality.
Beast, man. He has no nervous at all.
Look at me now.
Welcome to Sports Center with Stephen A. Smith, presented by Mountain Dew.
When you think about Ja Morant, one could easily ask, how dare you tug on Superman's cape, you young buck? To be a rookie, profile talking smack to unquestionably the game's most prolific scorer in James Harden, to say, my man, you're really asking for it, would be a gross understatement. But maybe this is a good thing. Dare I say, a blessing for all of us. We can hear the echoes of playing the right way reverberate through our souls the second anything basketball related is broached. But for those of us who love basketball, who truly adore the game, just take a moment to reflect back to when that love actually started, and you'll realize where it really originated from. One-on-one, mano-a-mano, me against you. At some point, that's the moment basketball fans actually crave. And when it comes to Ja Morant, this rookie sensation averages 17 points and 7 assists per game, willing to stare down a 35-point-per-game scorer in James Harden, who's in the conversation as arguably the greatest one-on-one player in the history of the game. Let's just say there's a reason most basketball fans can't wait until tip-off time in less than an hour. Rockets versus Grizzlies? Okay, we'll take that. But Morant versus Harden? Time to get your popcorn ready. Especially if Morant shows up for this one. Just to remind us, Zion isn't the only name y'all need to know about. You know what time it is. Let's get it. Morant has played a key role in the Grizzlies' success as he looks to become the 8th player since the merger to lead all rookies in both points and assists. Other players to do this include Michael Jordan. And the answer, Allen Iverson. Ja has been the most effective down the stretch of games, by the way, averaging nearly 8 points in the fourth quarter. That is on pace to be the highest fourth quarter scoring average by any rookie over the last 20 seasons. And Morant has led the Grizzlies to the 8th spot in the Western Conference. But they will need more from him as they have the hardest remaining schedule in the entire NBA. Recently, Morant sat down with our very own Rachel Nichols.
As we sit here, The Grizzlies are in the 8 playoff spot. You guys aren't just a cute little story anymore. Do you feel like you guys are a playoff team?
I definitely do. I feel like we have all the pieces we need. As long as we just keep the mindset that we have right now, never get satisfied,